Your biggest financial enemy isn't inflation, the government, or your competition. It's inside your own head. Here's a fact that changes everything. Your brain might be wired to push money away. If you've ever felt the frustration of watching money disappear as fast as it came, or you always seem to get stuck at the same income level, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been there myself. When I finally managed to multiply my income, I was overwhelmed by a powerful feeling of guilt and fear. That was my own subconscious mind, addicted to scarcity, sabotaging everything. My mind wasn't prepared to receive that success. And this isn't just bad luck, it's conditioning. Every phrase like, money is hard to get, rich people are bad, or that's not for someone like me, that you've ever heard and repeated, has built an invisible wall that blocks the flow of abundance. But the good news is, that programming can be changed. And that's exactly what you're about to discover. And here's the reason why you need to stick around until the end of this video. At the end, I'm going to share a simple 30-second technique that will force your brain to break out of scarcity mode and start attracting income opportunities automatically. This technique doesn't require you to believe in mysticism or rely on luck. You just need to watch until the end and put it into practice. This is the key difference between those who just dream and those who finally achieve financial freedom. And you're only a few minutes away from it. Don't click away. The next half hour could be the turning point you've always been looking for. Your mind as the creator of your financial reality. Your mind isn't the passenger, it's the pilot of your financial life. Everything you're experiencing right now, debt or surplus, scarcity or abundance, was first a seed planted in your mind, whether it was a belief, a fear, or an expectation. The key to understanding this lies in the split between your conscious and your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is the one that wants, I want to be prosperous. Your subconscious is the autopilot, which operates based on deep-seated beliefs. Money is complicated, or I don't deserve it. The rule is clear. The subconscious mind always wins. It controls 95% of your actions, decisions, and even how you spot opportunities. So it's no use just wanting wealth. If deep down you believe wealth is unattainable or dangerous, your mind will sabotage every effort you make to prove that belief right. It's a self-preservation mechanism, even when it's working against you. Real change begins when you stop fighting your external reality and start reprogramming your internal one.
How limiting beliefs block the flow of money. Limiting beliefs are like invisible handcuffs. You can chase after money, work more hours, try different business ideas. But if you carry the idea that money is hard to get inside you, your mind will always pull you back to scarcity. This is why so many people live in an endless cycle of making and losing money without ever making real progress. These beliefs are often formed in childhood. Maybe you heard your parents say things like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people won't get into heaven, or the more you have, the more you owe. These phrases might seem harmless, but they engrave the idea into your subconscious that money is scarce, dangerous, or even immoral. We grow up believing them, and without even realizing it, we start living according to those limitations. A real-life example. Luciana, a public school teacher, told me that every time she got a raise, a new expense would pop up. She believed that easy come, easy go. This thought, which she picked up from her grandmother, made it impossible for her to hold on to prosperity. When she finally became aware of that belief, she started replacing it with, the money that comes to me stays and grows. In less than a year, she not only paid off her debts, but also managed to open a small tutoring school that now gives her extra income. This kind of belief creates an invisible ceiling. No matter how hard you work, you never get past a certain point. It's as if your mind has set a limit, and every time you get close to breaking through it, something happens. An unexpected bill, an impulse buy, a loss. It's not bad luck, it's mental programming. Another important point, limiting beliefs don't just block money, they also shape your identity. If you believe you weren't born to be rich, you act like someone who only deserves to get by. Your choices reflect that identity, and the universe responds by confirming exactly that. The good news is that beliefs can be identified and changed. The first step is to notice the phrases you repeat about money. Make a list and ask yourself, is this actually true, or is it just something I heard? This simple act of questioning starts to weaken the belief. Then comes replacement. Every time the old thought comes up, consciously swap it for a new positive statement. It's not enough to just deny the old belief, you have to plant a new one. If you think money is hard to get, replace it with money flows to me easily and consistently. At first, it might feel fake, but with repetition, your subconscious absorbs it. Another effective method is to look at the financial results of people around you. Often someone from the same town, with the same job, or from the same social background is thriving. This proves the block isn't out there, it's inside you. Using these people as evidence helps dismantle the belief that it's not possible for me. It's important to understand that limiting beliefs don't disappear overnight. They were built up over decades. But with practice and consistency, you can reprogram your mind. The process might be slow, but every small financial win is proof that you're breaking old chains. So before you try to attract prosperity, ask yourself what phrases about money are hidden in my subconscious. Identifying these beliefs is like taking the parking brake off. Only then can the car of abundance move forward freely.
The power of focused visualization for abundance. Visualization is like a mental rehearsal for the life you want to live. When you picture yourself thriving, paying bills with ease, traveling, investing, or helping others, you're training your mind to accept this reality as possible. Your brain doesn't distinguish between imagination and real experience, and that's what makes visualization so powerful. But a word of caution, it's not just about imagining money falling from the sky. Effective visualization is detailed and emotional. For example, don't just picture yourself having a new car. Feel the steering wheel in your hands, smell the interior, hear the sound of the engine. The more vivid the mental experience, the stronger the impact on your subconscious. Here's a practical exercise. Before you go to sleep, close your eyes and imagine your ideal financial life. See your bank account in the positive. Picture yourself transferring money into investments. Feel the peace of paying off all your debts. At this moment, your subconscious mind is most open, and these images sink in like a new program. Visualization also helps eliminate anxiety. Many people feel desperate because they don't know how the money will come. When you connect every day with the feeling of already having it, that anxiety lessens. You start to trust that the process is underway, and that trust is essential for keeping your vibration high. It's worth using external visual tools like a vision board. Put up pictures of the house you want, the lifestyle you dream of, the financial goals you want to reach. This board should be in a place where you see it every day, so your mind is constantly reminded of what it's creating. Another crucial detail, emotion. Visualizing without emotion is like watching a movie with the sound off. What truly moves the energy is the feeling. So, as you imagine, feel the joy, confidence, and gratitude. Emotion is the ingredient that turns imagination into vibration. I remember a time when I was visualizing giving a speech to hundreds of people, even though I'd never done it before. A few months later, an unexpected opportunity came up, and there I was, on stage, living out what I had already mentally rehearsed. The visualization didn't create the speech out of thin air,
but it prepared me to recognize and accept the opportunity when it appeared. That's the secret. Visualization doesn't replace action, but it opens your eyes to opportunities. You start to notice doors that were previously closed to your perception. A mind tuned to abundance sees solutions and connections that were once invisible. So if you don't practice visualization yet, start today. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to mentally create the financial life you want. Do it with detail and emotion. This simple habit has the power to completely change your relationship with money.
The importance of gratitude for making room for money. Gratitude is one of the most powerful keys to unlocking prosperity. When you give thanks, you're sending a message to the universe that you already have abundance. This feeling creates space for more good things to come your way. In other words, gratitude multiplies what you acknowledge. Where many people go wrong is by focusing only on what they lack. They complain about their salary, their debts, and the bills they have to pay. This attitude keeps their attention on scarcity, and the universe responds by bringing more reasons to complain. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts your focus to what's positive, amplifying that energy. A simple exercise is to list 3 things you're grateful for about money every single day. It could be something small, like having paid a bill, or something bigger, like receiving an unexpected bonus. The amount isn't what matters, it's the acknowledgement. This daily habit raises your vibration and opens the door to new financial opportunities. A client of mine, Patricia, was constantly frustrated with her salary. I asked her to practice this gratitude exercise for 21 days. She started by being thankful even for the coins she got back as change. Just a few weeks later, she was surprised with an offer for a better position at another company. She told me, "It was as if the universe was waiting for me to appreciate the little things before it could give me more." Gratitude can also be directed toward the future. When you give thanks for money that hasn't arrived yet, as if it were already real, you're connecting to the energy of positive anticipation. This creates a powerful vibrational state that speeds up manifestation. Another amazing effect of gratitude is the feeling of contentment. This doesn't mean settling, but rather being satisfied in the present while you're moving toward more. This feeling eliminates the anxiety and desperation that are major blockers of abundance. Science confirms this. Research in positive psychology shows that grateful people are happier, more open to opportunities, and even healthier. So gratitude doesn't just attract money, it improves your whole life. It's important to remember that gratitude isn't just a mental practice, it's emotional too. It doesn't help to just say, "I'm grateful," in a cold and empty way. You need to feel the gratitude in your body, like an expansion in your chest, a sense of lightness. That feeling is what truly sends the message to the universe. And most powerfully, gratitude turns problems into opportunities. When you can find a way to be thankful even for your difficulties, you open the door to seeing solutions that once seemed invisible. This shift in perspective is often what leads to a financial turnaround. So, if there's one practice that can speed up your prosperity, it's gratitude. It's simple, free, and accessible to everyone. Those who learn to be grateful for the little things invariably end up receiving much more. The 3 fatal mistakes that block the law of attraction. A lot of people try to use principles of the mind to prosper and end up failing. The problem isn't the technique, it's the mistakes that block everything. Avoid these 3. 1. Vibrating with scarcity while asking for abundance. You repeat, "I want money" in the morning, but then spend the rest of the day complaining about bills, the economy, and debt. This attitude keeps their attention on scarcity, and the universe responds by bringing more reasons to complain. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts your focus to what's positive, amplifying that energy. A simple exercise is to list 3 things you're grateful for about money every single day. It could be something small, like having paid a bill, or something bigger, like receiving an unexpected bonus. The amount isn't what matters, it's the acknowledgement. This daily habit raises your vibration and opens the door to new financial opportunities. 2. Focusing on the how and not the what. Being obsessed with how the money will come.
A job, a client, creates anxiety and closes your mind off to other possibilities. Your job is to define the outcome. I want to earn $10,000 a month and trust that the path will appear. Anxiety blocks the creativity you need to see those opportunities. 3. Mechanical action without emotion. Repeating affirmations like a robot or visualizing without feeling is useless. The power isn't in the words themselves, but in the emotion you put behind them. It's the feeling of already having it that your brain and universe understand as a real command. Fixing these mistakes is often more important than learning any new technique. They are the parking brakes that keep your car from moving, even with the gas pedal floored.
How to align financial desires with concrete actions. Here's the point that separates dreamers from achievers, the difference between wishing and doing. The law of attraction doesn't work on its own. You can repeat affirmations and visualize every day, but if your actions don't reflect that desire, the process gets stuck. Abundance is energy in motion, and that requires aligned action. For example, you want to earn more, but you're still stuck in habits that drain money, like impulse buying or procrastination. That's a mismatch. Your mind is asking for prosperity, but your actions are moving toward scarcity. The universe picks up on that contradiction and responds in kind. A real case. Ricardo, a freelance designer, kept saying he wanted to double his income, but he spent his days scrolling through social media and turning in late work. When he started organizing his routine and presenting himself more professionally to clients, he landed bigger contracts within just a few weeks. The desire was the same, but the action changed everything. Aligned action isn't about desperate struggle, it's inspired movement. It's that impulse that comes when your mind is focused on abundance. You feel confident and take concrete steps. You sign up for a course, update your resume, start a project. This attitude creates a domino effect of new opportunities. Another important detail: small actions count. You don't need to wait for one big event. Setting aside part of your paycheck, studying finances for an hour a day, changing how you communicate with clients. Each step generates an energy of progress, and that energy attracts more progress. Many people confuse aligned action with working yourself to exhaustion. That's not it. Working hard without direction doesn't guarantee prosperity. What does guarantee it is working consciously, choosing moves that are in sync with your vision of abundance. A practical exercise. Every time you think of a financial desire, ask yourself, what's one small next step I can take that aligns with this desire? Then, do it. This habit builds a bridge between thought and reality. It's also essential to align your words and your actions. It doesn't help to ask for prosperity while saying, money is hard, or turning down opportunities out of fear. Your words and actions need to send the same message as your desire. This alignment is like calibrating a GPS. If you say you want to get to a destination, but drive in the opposite direction, you'll never arrive. But when you adjust your route and your movement, you inevitably reach your desired point. So, aligning your financial desires with concrete actions is about turning dreams into practice. It's your way of telling the universe, I am ready and I am moving. And the universe responds by opening more paths. What really happens when a true financial transformation begins? Few people are prepared for the impact of a real financial transformation. Many only imagine the positive side: bills paid, travel, comfort. But the truth is, abundance brings deep changes, both internal and external. Being ready for this is just as important as attracting the money itself. First, internal changes happen. You start to feel more security, confidence, and peace of mind. The constant fear of not having enough dissolves, making room for a sense of freedom. This shift in your emotional state is powerful, but it can also feel uncomfortable if you've always lived in scarcity. It's like learning to walk on completely new ground. Then come the external changes. Unexpected opportunities arise. New people come into your life, and your business expands. Often, friends or family members don't understand this new phase. Some are supportive, others may feel envy or distrust. Dealing with these reactions is part of the process. Prosperity doesn't just transform your life, it also changes how others relate to you. Another point is that more money also brings more responsibility. More income means more choices, more decisions, and a bigger impact. Someone who isn't prepared can feel overwhelmed and could even lose everything due to a lack of organization. That's why mental and emotional preparation is crucial. A real example: Sandra, who worked as a seamstress, started to prosper with her online store. At first, she was excited about the earnings, but she quickly found herself swamped with orders and no idea how to manage the growth. It was only after she got help organizing her finances and delegating tasks that she was able to sustain the abundance. This story shows that financial transformation isn't just about getting more, it's about learning to handle more. If you don't develop new skills and discipline, you can end up back where you started. Another strong impact is the expansion of your vision for the future. When you're in survival mode, you only think about getting by. But when you prosper, you start to dream of bigger projects, investments, travel, donations, leaving a legacy. Financial transformation changes how you see what is possible. It's also important to understand that abundance brings new social responsibilities. With more money, you have the chance to contribute, help family, or invest in important causes. This dimension of prosperity gives the whole process even greater meaning. Finally, a quiet but powerful change occurs. You stop chasing money out of need and start attracting it through expansion. Money stops being a problem and simply becomes a tool to build a bigger life. That is the true stage of transformation. So get ready. Abundance isn't just about comfort, it's about growth. And growing requires courage, responsibility, and an open mind. Being ready for it is what separates those who sustain prosperity from those who lose it quickly. A true financial transformation doesn't start with an external miracle, but with an internal decision. It's the choice to trade a mindset of scarcity for a mental architecture of abundance. Everything you've seen here, from the shock of abundance to the reprogramming techniques, isn't just theory. It's a practical guide. But the information only has power if you act on it. Why? Because in the next video, I'm going to detail a neuroscience-based technique that I briefly mentioned here. It's so powerful that it deserves a complete, in-depth tutorial. This video is exclusive for subscribers because it's advanced content for those who are truly committed. Don't miss your chance to be the first to see it. Click the subscribe button so you don't miss the notification. Now, the decision is yours. You can close this video and stay where you are, or you can subscribe, watch the next video, and finally give your mind the tools to build the wealth you deserve. I hope to see you there.